Hello and welcome back to the Hiveswap Friendship Simulator. Last time we had the chillest route ever. And I didn't fuck up. I did not fuck up once. I made it all the way to a great friendship. And I adopted a new child. So, without further ado, let's meet the other new one. Medical attention, of course. Meat, strange thing with meat products that you don't want to talk about. And, of course, friendship. And an entire planet full of endless friend opportunities. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, then again, that's also real world too, but it's aliens. Those are inherently cooler. I'm sorry. I'm just picturing someone making friends with a purple bush. Hi. Sorry, one of my cats was coming over. Wait, you see something in the distance, or perhaps someone. Dun dun dun. You know, now time to try my luck with another blue blood. This time an artist. Lo and behold, yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks. A small figure approaches. Oh my god, she's cannonly tiny. I love it. Oh my god! She's so cute! Oh! Oh my gosh! You are so... So far, you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You really aren't the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down. But it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself. Cute! Oh. Oh! She gives you a sweet, sincere smile. I mean, I don't trust it, but aw, you're adorable. I've never seen anything like you. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas. Boy, do you hope some of those ideas are about friendship. If you've got a taste of it, you're hungry. Now that you've gotten a taste for it, you are hungry for more. You take a stumbling step forward with your ribs reminding you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it can't cure acute injuries. Oh! You don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors. Contributors? Did you mean friendship? Contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she runs some sort of alien newspaper and wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? You follow her to a nearby building, and now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt for companionship, you notice you've wandered into a kind of upscale part of town. There's a lot less garbage and people collapse in the streets. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way. Real quick. You don't happen to be an artist, do you? Artsy? Well, as a matter of fact, I am. But I need a save, you know. Just to be safe. Tell her, yeah, it isn't exactly your whole deal, but you've been known to dabble. Tell her no, you've never had much of an knack for it. In IRL, yeah, I do, but she seems defensive. Oh, good. Friendships between artists can be so fraught. Much better to just keep things between artists and art appreciators. That way no one can get jealous. The girl's smile widens even further, and you feel... Kitty, what the hell? Sorry, cat knocked something over. The girl's smile widens even further, and you feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally found someone who isn't a total fucking maniac? Well... I'm just assuming. And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it at all. It puts a spring in your step, or as much of a spring as possible with a broken arm and misaligned torso. Amicia... I think that's how it's pronounced. Amicia? Leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that probably nothing is ever going to make sense to you again. It's okay. Your hierarchy of needs is adjusted. Recently. Your new friend, you're jumping the gun with this descriptor, but you are feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wringing her claws. Wish I'd known I was going to have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I've met anyone new. You're sure that whatever disaster her house is in, it can't be any worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means. She's wearing an artist schmuck that's covered in splashes of paint. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint, but it could be anything else. Couldn't be anything else, could it? It's every color of the rainbow. The elevator door slides open and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. The table overflows with messy palettes and brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges. Several easels stand between the windows to catch the light of the two moons, and a number of canvases lent against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on them. First things first. Amisa brings you to a wall color that looks way more high-tech than anything you've seen on your now defunct spaceship. Tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols, she then indicates you should take off your sling. Here. Go ahead and stick it in there. She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a hole in the wall, which you do because you're sure your new friend has your best interests at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back out, but you don't. Even if it's broken, you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around. Calm down, you big wiggler. It's like you've never seen a metasizer before. If you don't stop moving, it won't work. Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself to still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. She looks at you so hopefully. She's so delicate and pretty, almost angelic. You look at her face and tell yourself it's all going to be okay. Finally, the hole releases you, and you pull your arm back out to find it completely healed. You can move your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up. See? I told you. This is great. You are overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Nah, I'd be chill about it, honestly. This is me just being honest right now. I'd be really chill about it. The most I would do is just, yes! You can't really see my fist, but I did the whole fist thing. Yeah, you know. Pull down and go, yes! You thank Amnesia profusely, but you manage to keep it to the strictly verbal sort. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. Tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See, this friendship stuff is easy. I'm so glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized. But you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are. You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in blue. Yeah, no, I don't trust that at all. I've always never trusted it. And no, God. This is our daughter all over again, but except I actually like her because she's cute, small, and adorable, and I actually like her personality. Like, Jesus Christ, she's a cinnamon roll. Well, it all ended up okay. And Amnesia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you cute, which you think is pretty generous of her, considering what a disgusting mess you are at this point. Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity. Blood color? You're not really sure what she's talking about, but red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed. I've got plenty of burgundy. Oh well. Good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you can help me set a few things up before they get here? They? Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh, hell yes. You're all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You're anxious to display all of the simple motor functions you can perform. Amicia gives you another radiant smile. You live for those smiles, man. They are just so full of the glowing nectar of bromance. Perfect! Let's do this! Work always goes faster with two pairs of hands, after all. Yes, absolutely it does. And even if by that she seems to mean her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallow the pain down. You're getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso into that medical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could, but not right now. Right now, you've got a friend to help. Amicia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently, tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amicia answers her phone and then buzzes open the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight. They're here! Sorry, I'm getting so giggly about this. It's just been a while since I had a new paints. Wait, paints? That's what's coming? Don't you think about it? There is something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got going on here. There aren't any paints. No tubes dribbling color or pots with their tops left partially unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and two trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and are almost the exact same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From their uniforms and the douchey swaggery they walk, you get the idea there's some sort of law enforcement. That and the third troll in handcuffs they're dragging between them. Thank you, guys! You always bring me the best materials. They don't say anything. They just bring the third troll to the center of the tarp and force them into a kneeling position. They bow to Amnesia and leave the way they came. This doesn't look great. Even before Amnesia runs out of the room and comes back with an axe the size of her whole body, you're not loving this. The troll on the tarp trembles and bites back a sob, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is doing a straight up axe murder, going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you, presumably to do finger paint with their blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amicia laughs. Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal. She considers you for a moment, tapping a claw against her mouth. I know. You can help me. I'm only gonna let one other person help me with my work. And she's out of town right now. But you and I have a connection. You feel it too. Right? You do. God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately for everyone you meet. You thought you had maybe come across someone who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first. You do want to help me. Don't you? You do. You want that more than anything. Amnesia looks at you solemnly. Why don't you do the honors? She holds out her axe. I wouldn't offer this to just anyone, but I can tell you how special you are. You're trembling. The troll and the tarp is also trembling, but like you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Well, time to commit axe murder for the adorable little blue blood artist who just wants to paint. Slowly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe. He gives it to you with a smile. Cool. God damn it, you forgot about your broken ribs, and that you're a human, and you can't pick up a gigantic fucking axe with one hand. You drop it, and it bounces away from you, like way more than you think an axe should probably bounce. You look up and you see it from where you are doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging up without any signs of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of? She's a blue blood, that's why. They're tough. They're strong. Surprisingly. She's adorable, too. How silly of me. You seem so culturally advanced for a second. I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here. I'll give you a second chance. You nod. Yes, please. A second chance that does not include committing gruesome murder. Usually I just use chains. But I have a better idea. Oh God, you get what she wants you to do. You hesitate and Amnesia's smiles gets even sweeter. Sweet like poison. Oh? You don't want to help me? The tarp crinkles underneath as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amicia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp. Hold on tight. You try. You really do. The problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time, you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some very dancing, trying to preserve life rising up inside you. You're weak and injured, though, so all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side. Instead of getting down on the neck in a clean slice, Amicia glances off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. And now you know why they've not been begging for their life. They don't have a tongue, so they can't beg, but they sure can yell and thrash and bleed olive green alien blood all over you and the tarp. God, there's so much blood. It's just spurting everywhere. Jeez, is this another Ardata moment where I fucked up in the end somehow? Jesus Christ, you're such an idiot. Why can't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amicia, the work table, and most dearly the canvas leaning against the wall. Amicia takes one look at them and looks at and wail of rage. I can't believe this! I let you into my hive! Into my life! I was planning to let you into my pusher! I thought you were a refined sophisticate! But now I see you're just... I don't know that word. A fistine! She gives you a shove towards the elevator. Your ribs are screaming, and so is the bleeding troll. You try to babble an explanation. Forget it! I don't want to hear your excuses. Chahat was right. If you want someone killed, right, you have to kill them yourselves. You ride the elevator block down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. You know, a lot of people were actually right. Amnesia and Chahat are like best friends. Terrible at murder. Actually, that's a good thing. You should consider that a good thing. You shouldn't be so torn up about it, but you know what? I'm just gonna... I did save before that choice, right? Oh shit, no. I forgot. Okay, just skipping through this since I already did all this. I just need to get back to the next option. So I just need to get excited and dance. You try to resist the urge to celebrate, and you fail to resist the urge. Sorry. You take Amnesia by her tiny hands and twirl her around the studio. Or you try to. You forget about your busted lips. You sure are doing that a lot. You let go of Amnesia and go craning into one of the tables. Thankfully, not the one covered in art supplies. You hit the corner and go down to your already incredibly sore ass. This is what you get for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend. Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before? You shrug against the floor. Amnesia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry. Despite the fact she's about half your size, it makes your ribs hurt. But what doesn't nowadays? Good. That's a very good question. Amnesia lays you down on a weird lumpy couch. Are you sure you're okay? You look a little... She trails off to nothing. She's looking over your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly to try and hold your torso together. That color. At first you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then you think she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you got going on. But then you realize that your prancing idiocy, you managed to scrape up the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. When you see it drags her finger through it, you're half expecting her to put it in her mouth, and for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amnesia just holds her finger up, then up, the drop of blood trembling on the tip. This color! I've never seen anything like it! She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a scrapbook and dragging her finger down on it. Your blood paints the rusty line down the center. She lets out a low squeak of excitement. This is... amazing! What, red? Not red! There's a million dirty little rusties swimming all over this city. I'm drowning in red. This is... crimson! It's incredible! You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky I found you instead of one of the drones. Lucky you? Yeah, very lucky. The luckiest. Oh no. Though your harm is healed, you're sure you're out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happens on this planet. Maybe Amnesia's right. Maybe you are lucky. You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. Then you open your eyes and wow, you sure aren't centered anymore. The fact you roll completely to the left as you try to get away from Amnesia, who is back and standing over you with a gigantic axe. Watch out! Amnesia grabs you and drags you back to the couch and plants her hands on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down. You'll hurt yourself if you keep flopping around like a beach blubber beast. You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right? You get the feeling she might be just trying to manipulate you. Just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amnesia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. By this point, yeah, but at the same time, she's also adorable and oh my god, I actually like her. What is wrong with me? You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is a pretty big axe. I don't know what's got you so worried. I just want to show you my axe. Oh, of course. Makes sense. This is a really nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it's too heavy for you and your hands are all sweaty. You fumble it. Fumbled a really sharp weapon. Amicia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow all the wiggly structure you end up getting cut, like very cut, across both your wrists. In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better even if she tried. Oh. Oh dear. Hard agree. Actually, yeah, that's a very hard agree. Graham! Graham, what are you chatting about over there? Sorry, my cat's been really, she's been meowing a lot lately. Don't struggle. You only hurt yourself more, silly. You don't want to do that, do you? No, you definitely don't want that. Not after what the Butterfingers you've proven to be. Amicia gets up to put the axe down, and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You're bleeding all over her couch, and everything around you starts to go shiny and unreal. She comes back with a couple jars that she uses to catch your blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars. They look like jam jars. Alien jam. Space jam. God, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than that one with the dog and the clown. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amnesia. She just shushes you and brushes her hair back off your brushes your hair back off your forehead. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. God, she's such a good friend. For too long, you don't know what's honestly a goddamn shock you haven't done before. You pass out! When you come to, you are propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't love even if you weren't an invalid, and both of your arms are jammed in the hole in the wall. The med hole, the glory hole of well-being. Oh God! Why is it worded that way? the magic spinster. Damn it, Hussy! Magic spinster. You grunt and pull your arms out. They're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines. You take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around, or roll over since you're still on the floor and probably not getting up anytime soon. It's fine. You've met worse floors in your life. Amnesia is sitting at one of her easels, her hair pulled back beneath a scarf and little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her, and as you watch her, she dips it up, blushing. I'm glad you're awake! I was a little worried. I'd actually killed you back there. She laughs, and you laugh along with her. It's very funny. Actually, everything is funny right now. I'm really woozy and out of it. I thought I liked space jams for a minute there. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the best. Oh, you're awake. Sorry about that. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting. You, of course. You inspired me. Well, right now it looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines, but she only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool, looking at her palette and chewing on her lips thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous. Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else. She leaps from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to the other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another Space Jam jar. She starts turning around the canvas one by one. They are all blank, except for one, which has a very little... Wait, no. That's just a shadow. Every single one of them is blank. You aren't sure you understand. You ask her if these are all just new canvases that she has not gotten the chance to paint on yet. Amnesia sighs. No. I've had them forever. I'm just... not a real painter. There. I said it. She buries her face in her hands, talking from it between her fingers. I'm really good at all the other parts. The materials and the studio. I even make all my own paints. I just can never do the actual sitting down and doing art part. She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know that much about art. You probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction at least. You don't even have a studio or any brushes or stuff like that. I love you, child. I love you. Of course, you have no aspirations to being a painter, but you leave that part out. It's just... That's it, just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation. She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them to a glass window in the winter. Usually I'm just finishing off my contributors quickly. I haven't had time to deal with a bunch of injured lowblugs moaning about around my studio. But I couldn't just use your blood all up at once. You're far too special for that. You gaze at Amnesia. A mist has descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death. I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse. You're adorable. I love you. You'll never escape. Okay. For once, he looks kind of terrified, and I'm okay with that. But also, look at how happy she is. Look at the cinnamon roll. I love her. God. I love both of them. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next part where I actually fuck up. See ya.